So it's making a firearm accessible to a child. Did someone pass away as a result?
So this one was the defendant, the father of the children. There were 3 children playing. And then the gun or the weapon was found on the bed, and one of the children was trying to get rid of the gun and then ended up shooting and killing his 10-year-old brother, shooting in the side of his head. And I spoke with Caroline on this, but I was more comfortable deferring to you without an agreed rec on what you thought was appropriate here.
I don't know.
I looked at the mitigation packet, but
What did you think?
for some reason the case is 2 years old and it was only a 7-page packet. I felt that his statement wasn't really, taking as much responsibility overtly for this, and then it was images of their family. I understand all of that, but with 2 years going on, I don't know why this wasn't resolved with the other chiefs or what's going on, but I just wanted to see a little more with it.
Mr. Gutierrez, come up. Come up. Oh, he doesn't speak English.
No.
Morning, Judge.
Hi, Luis. How are you? So are you okay with going without an agreed rec, Ms. Siegler? Are
Sorry.
you okay with going without an agreed rec? Where was the weapon initially? Do you know?
Found on the bed.
Fue encontrada en la cama.
Just the gun is laying, a gun is, I mean, do we know where it was initially before it was used? I guess that's my question.
There were several guns in the house. If you one moment, let me pull up DOR, but this one that was involved in the accident was found on the bed. One second.
Un momento.
The mother, the complainant, or sorry, next of kin advised that she was told that one of her children was trying to make the bed and in the process moved the firearm and it was discharged. And the child did not know that the gun was loaded.
That's the worst nightmare.
I know.
Just, it's awful. I don't know. I don't. I think that there has to be some punishment, right?
Your Honor, we're happy to speak to him and have him redo his mitigation packet.
But the thing is that he's had the chance to do it. You know what you're supposed to do. And if you can't own up to it at that time, then, I mean, that's truly what you mean at that time. Right? So I'd like to see it, if you don't mind, his letter to see how he feels. Is he truly remorseful? Because, on one end, I would think that the fact that your own child is dead because of you, is that punishment enough? Right?
I was at too, Your Honor, which I was conflicting on.
If you can't even take responsibility for it, I mean.
And the next of kin, the mother, the fire chief did speak with her in person. We followed up with her over the phone. And she has expressed they've all been to therapy, obviously, and she said to leave it up to us.
Are they still together? Is the family still together?
Yes.
So let's do this. Let's get the plea done. I'd like to get it done today. It's 200 days old. Do it. There's going to be some. Okay,
Algo. Ok.
not as much, but there's going to be some. And then, but then I'd like to see his letter first, though, if you don't mind. Okay, and then
It's in Spanish, so.
it's okay. I can read Spanish. And then, do you want to go ahead and write it up and do it today, or do you want? Tell me how you want to do this.
I would, whatever the recommendation is, I would like some time to talk to him about it.
Okay.
And if he would like to take it today, then we can take it today, but if not, then I would ask for something short.
No, if he doesn't take it, we're going to set it. It's 200 days old. It's time. So I guess let me take a look at the letter. Let me read it, and then I'll get back to you. And then give me 15 minutes. Let me just talk to them, and then, okay?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Sure.
So I'll print it right now.
Thanks. Hi, Will.
Morning, Judge. Okay, I have Mr. Paez on your docket, P-A-E-Z. How old are the kids?
10.
40?
10 was the deceased, right? Okay, so it was a 10-year-old that shot the 8-year-old?
Yes.
I mean, is it punishment enough that you know in your conscience that because of you, you have to assume kids are so crafty. Kids can find anything, man. We had a firearm case once like this where it was in a bookshelf, and the bookshelf was 15 feet high. But the kid, boom. Okay, anyways,
Okay, well, this is not much better. Paez,
is he in custody?
he's in custody. Let me talk first before we. P-A-E-Z. I think it's Paez Gonzalez. First name.
Yeah, I see it.
He was out on bond in this court for an indecency. He's got a crazy history of indecency. Picks up some more charges, another misdemeanor indecency, which is no PC, felony indecency because there's a child involved, and a trespass. I talked to my client. He's got severe mental disability issues. I filled out and trying to get a TRS scheduled. I think he's got a $75,000 bond on the felony. He's homeless, no way he's getting out. So I think the felony is going to probably be the controlling case here.
What would you like? What do you want?
Victoria told me to approach on it. I just want to reset the number of the felony. It's because he was on bond and picked up new cases in this court. That's what it is. But the new case.
Oh, right.
The only new case in this court is a.
My question is this. That's a decency cases, right? Just exposure convictions.
Yes, I think so, Judge, because I was looking at that this morning, actually. I think he might only have one conviction and then the other was dismissed.
Okay. So now.
There's a pending felony case for the child was involved.
Right.
So
But,
that's gonna.
okay, either way, whether he pleads, there's registration required, chapter 62 registration,
I'd like to just run this with the felony. I mean, the felony's not set until February.
Well, I mean, we got him on a $500 bond he's unable to make. So even if we revoke the other one, right, it's neither here nor there.
I don't think it needs to be done.
So you're set in the felony on the.
On the felony, I think it's I didn't pay.
We'll carry it, I guess. I don't want to set it out 2 months because it's too long. Let's do 30, come back. If nothing's happened, we'll do another 30 until we get there, and then we'll.
Yes, sir.
Thanks, Will. Mr. Ernesto Gutierrez stands charged with the offense of making a firearm accessible to a child. He's facing up to a year in jail and/or a $4,000 fine. We were here last time on December 19th, state having offered 270 days in jail, and defense and state couldn't come up to an agreement, and so state waived. Defense has come to us for punishment, asking the court to punish Mr. Gutierrez with regard to this case. We have done the agreement. He has pled guilty to the offense. So now we are set for punishment in this case today. One of the things that I would like to know is how this has changed you, Mr. Gutierrez. What have you done differently?
Ha cambiado totalmente mi vida,
My life has changed completely.
mi trabajo, mi vida social,
My work, my social life,
todo.
everything.
What have you done differently? So that we know that you appreciate the gravity of what has happened. What have you done differently? Losing a child is probably one of the worst things that can happen in life. You know, when you have a child, you are tasked with loving, protecting, raising, making that person the best they can be. That is the duty of a father. Here, you allegedly left a gun on a bed. The child found the gun, or one of the children found the gun, and did the unthinkable. What have you done that is so I know that you appreciate the gravity of what has happened? Did you go to therapy? Did you see a psychologist? What have you done?
Mi familia y yo hemos estado asistiendo a terapias.
My family and I have been attending therapy.
Trabajamos 3 meses con trabajadores, estuvieron visitando trabajadores sociales.
We, for 3 months, were being visited by social workers.
So CPS got involved, I guess. What happened with that? Anything?
Pues durante ese tiempo ellos estuvieron asistiendo a mis niños.
Well, during that time,
A mi
they were
esposa y
helping
a
my
mí.
children, my wife and myself,
Para ayudarnos con la situación.
to help us with that
So
situation.
you had a CPS plan in place then?
I'm CPS.
Is CPS still involved in your life now? How long are they expected to be in your lives?
¿Cuánto tiempo esperan que ellos estén
Ellos estuvieron casi 4 meses con nosotros.
They were with us for almost 4 months,
Y aún tenemos contacto con la psicóloga.
and we still are in touch with the psychologist that helped us.
Personalmente he tomado todas las medidas para que mis hijos no estén solos.
Personally,
En la
I have
casa.
taken measures to make sure that my children are not alone in the house.
Todo el tiempo mi esposa ha estado con ellos y
My
ahorita mi
wife
padre,
has been with them the entire time, and even my him,
mientras yo trabajo para sostener a mí.
while I work to support them.
Ha sido bien difícil.
It's been very difficult.
How many children do you have now?
3.
Did you just have another child?
Your Honor, they're all here today.
Yes.
What do you want?
Your Honor, may I address the court? Okay. Judge, you know, this is a very good man. I have hundreds of clients. As you know, being a judge, not all of them are good. Oftentimes, there's a lot of bad people in this world that, you know,
over the course of the past few months, I've gotten the honor, the privilege of getting to know this man, getting to know his family, sitting here in your honorable court today. These are good people from Venezuela. And Judge, in my first 2 or 3 years of practice, I did catastrophic injuries, wrongful death, personal injury work. I saw oftentimes a horrible accident like this would happen. Husband and wife would divorce, families would be, left in shambles. This is a man that the family really needs. He's the sole provider of the house. He's a good father. He's a good husband. When the wife and the kids came to my office last week, we talked about this case and I was preparing them for today, the wife couldn't even look me in the eyes. I brought them today. They will also tell His Honor how much they need him, and that without him going to prison, prison is not, jail is not the place for this gentleman. Because then those kids will grow up without a dad. All financial contributions will be over with, and this whole family will be destroyed. And then most likely, there's a very strong possibility that he will be deported. We've already, admonished him ourselves about this, but Ernesto, I want you to look at the judge. Are you sorry?
No.
Do you acknowledge the fact that you have messed up?
Sí,
Do you take responsibility for this?
total.
Totally.
Do you hate yourself?
Se odia a usted mismo. Yes.
And are you begging the judge for mercy?
No. Al juez que de misericordia. Yes.
Do you understand that he has the power to throw you in jail and throw away the key and you sit there and rot away?
Yes.
Tell him why you deserve mercy.
Merece misericordia.
Yo no quiero que mi familia quede solo.
I don't want my family to be left
Yo soy
alone.
el soporte de mi
I am the sole support of my family.
Is there anything else you want to tell the judge?
pido piedad. Solo pido piedad que tenga
I'm just asking you for mercy. Be merciful on me.
no solamente esta situación va a afectar a mí, sino a mis hijos también.
This situation is not just going to affect me, but also my children as well.
Your Honor, would you like to hear from the wife
Quisiera oír de
or kids or the father or
Well,
friend?
I think that they've probably been punished enough with this, really.
Thank you,
Do you want
Judge.
to add anything?
Just that you've seen more cases than any of us, and I know that you'll do the right thing, so we will defer to you. And I understand when we first met, he showed signs of remorse and things that he's done after that, and it appears he has done those things.
I will tell you this, that if this were a case where there had been the death of someone else's child, then I think that that would absolutely 100% unequivocally be jail and a really long and healthy jail sentence. But in this case, I think that when you do something of this nature where you end up with the death of your own child, I think that that's about as bad as it gets. I really feel for you. It's not going to be an easy thing to. I don't think
Yo no creo.
something with a dismissal is appropriate in this case, because I think the world needs to be on notice of what has happened. And I shudder to think that anytime you look at a picture, anytime you do an activity, it's gonna bring up a memory. I have a problem dealing with it myself. Just think before you act. Think before you speak, because kids are crafty. I've seen this all too much. And we had a case here where a kid climbed up, you know, a bookcase that was 15 feet high, took a gun and killed. Just, if you have weapons, you don't need to have them accessible or even near a child. Sentence you to 1 year in jail. I'm going to probate it for 2. I'm not going to put you in jail now because I think that I hope that this is punishment enough. I am going to keep tabs on you so I know that you're doing well, though. I'm not going to let you go for 2 years. And I want him to do thinking for a change. I don't want you to be in possession of weapons. I don't want you to consume alcohol. I don't want you to consume illegal drugs. You mess up, I am going to put you in jail. If you pick up a new case, I will put you in jail. So I think that if I were to put you in jail now, what it would probably end up doing is punishing your family more than you. And there are a lot of people that depend on you. Make the right decision. It's not hard. And I mean, leaving a gun on a bed. Anything else you think? I don't care about the money. Money is the least of my concern. That's a good idea. Although he's probably having to do it with CPS regardless. So let's see if he's doing it with CPS. And then, just the idea is that you leave here better than you came. That's what makes us happy. And that's what we strive for every single person that comes through our court. We want you to leave better than you came. I feel your pain. If I could hug you, I would, Mr. Gutierrez, but it's tragic. It sucks. All right, guys.
Your Honor, may I address the court?
Sure.
We just want to thank you so much for the compassion that you've shown, Mr. Gutierrez, and it's just an honor to be before you. We really appreciate you hearing us out, and will you tell Judge thank you?
Thank you.
Judge, you've saved his life, so I hope you know that. May we be excused?
You got it.
Thank you, Judge.